I don't know about anybody else, but when you saw your video, if that was going to make you cry, but mine was. It's a lot of life all wrapped up into 3 minutes. I want to recognize my friends and family over there that came to support me. It's kind of humbling, well, not kind of, it's very humbling to get an award because I just like helping people. I'm a social worker now, and that's what I got from Newman University. It's just me, just to help somebody. And so then to ask my friends and family, hey, will you come and watch me get an award? That sounds so arrogant. So it took me a long time, and that's why I didn't get with you until late last week with my list. But, you know, like the video says, I love learning. I have 6 college degrees. And 3 of them I got here at Newman. So you guys got most of my money then. I'm working on a PhD with Liberty University out of Virginia. Thank God for online classes. But then thank God that he's helping me, because at my age it is really hard to get through like stats class. Does anybody here have stats or had stats? So you know the P, how important that P is. Yeah, if P is low, let it go. If P is high, keep the guy. You know, the stats people know that one. When I first started college, I was writing handwritten papers, and if the teacher wanted a 2 or 3 page paper, writing that all out by hand and getting down to the bottom line, and then you misspell something. And you have to do it all over again. And my mom got me a typewriter for Christmas or birthday or something, and that was the coolest thing. This big, fancy, shiny typewriter, and I could type my papers, and if I made a mistake while I was on the same line, I could back up and erase it. But how things have changed nowadays. Now I just do a lot of copy and pasting. But you know, when I first started here, I wanted to be a teacher, and I so want to teach again. Here I've been doing social work since 2007, but I'm hoping to change that because I want to retire from social work in a few years and teach. But I started a teaching degree here, but at the same time, I was also doing substitute teaching. And when I had a little kindergartner or first grade kid tell me I couldn't wear my Jesus pin in school, and at that age, the teacher sat with the kids in the lunchroom, or you had lunch in your room, and I prayed for my lunch, and the little kid said, "We're not allowed to pray in here. You'll have to go to the hallway for that." I thought, oh, I'm going to get fired from this job, so I better change my degree. So then I went on into social work. It's important to teach the truth, and we know the truth is God's word. This world is changing, but God's word does not change. And his word tells us that in the end times, things that used to be called good will now be evil. And things that were used to seen as evil are now be called good. And we see that in the world now. And Christians are being shut up, and we're called hate speech if we say things like that. But we've got to stand up for the truth and speak the truth and teach the truth. Is Dr. Merrifield in the room? Well, he was one teacher that really encouraged me to find the truth. He taught not what to learn, but he taught how to learn, how to ask questions, how to look past things that you see. I tried to convince a security guard that once. He brought my kids to me. They were soaking wet, and I was in class. And apparently they got into the pond out here and was swimming in it. And they've got blue jeans on, and they're just dripping. Okay. And so the security guard wasn't having it. But with Dr. Merrifield teaching to look past the obvious and look more into that, what that was a single mom trying to finish college, and she had no babysitter for her kids and had to bring the kids. And there was another time when my youngest was in the library, not this one, but another one. And one of the college students asked her what her major was. And she said, just getting through 8th grade. So he did a real quick about face. But the last 2 years I was here, we didn't even have a library. We just had to call this lady, and she'd met us over at the main building and brought us our books or journal articles or whatever we needed. And that poor woman was back and forth, because when I do research, I like to spread out all over the place, and I got a lot of stuff, and she was really helpful. But we had a chance to design this college, and I really wanted windows. So I advocated for windows, and I got everybody else to fill out their form and include windows. And I didn't care what else they included on their wish list for the library. I just wanted them to include windows. And so I really love seeing all the windows. But I never got a chance to use this college. But my mom told me to put my mind to anything. I can accomplish anything if I just put my mind to it. And so after an 8th grade education, I've put my mind to learning things because I just love learning. But when Mom was saying that, I think she was just trying to get me to finish my history homework. But here we are. I'm going to leave you with something funny. There was a little boy that wasn't doing his math homework, and his parents tried to get him to get the math homework done. They tried all kinds of things. They hired the best tutors, and they made him to go to after-school programs and stuff, and he just wasn't getting it. So they decided to change schools. Maybe he'll do better if he went to a different school. So the school changed, and when the boy comes home from school, he goes running up to his room and gets his homework done. And he did that for a week. He doesn't even get his snack. He just goes and does that homework. Well, at dinner time one evening, the mom asked, "Son, we've had such a hard time getting you to do your math homework. What has changed?" And the little boy says, "Well, that first day of school, when I walked in there and saw that guy nailed to the plus sign, I knew they meant business."